Today we are looking at the GXT 152 Illuminated Gaming Mouse from Trust. For those people that have never heard of Trust, they're actually a Dutch company based in Dordrecht, not a Chinese company as I first assumed due to the whole GXT thing being similar to GTX. And if you recognise their logo but not quite sure where it's from, they did once sponsor the Red Bull Formula 1 racing team. They're mostly focused on what they call a digital lifestyle accessories, so in English that is mid to low end value orientated peripherals such as mice, rubber dome keyboards, phone cases, laptop bags, etc. So anyway, here is the box, using the same red and black colour scheme that everyone else seems to be using on their gaming wares nowadays. Okay, so if we take it out of the box, we see the mouse itself nicely fitted into this plastic moulding that is actually covered in this sort of red velvety material stuff, which is a nice touch and it doesn't make it feel as cheap. If we move the mouse out of the way for a second, we see a legal information notice and the quick start guide. So let's take a closer look at the mouse. It is a fully rubberized and no sweat coating, which feels pretty nice in my sort of average sized hand, but I don't generally have sweaty hands, so I can neither confirm or deny that no sweat claim. The sides do feel noticeably more plasticky than the top, though not to a point where it would be an issue for me. It's a right-handed palm grip mouse with front and back buttons just above the thumb position, something that I absolutely cannot live without now. The right and left clicks feel pretty good, with a nice satisfying click to them. The scroll wheel action is smooth while still retaining its feel. There are 4 separate DPI settings, 600, 1200, 1800 and 2400, and these directly relate to a particular colour: none, green, blue and red. This is great for knowing what DPI you are at, but not great if you don't want the colour that your chosen DPI setting is with. A further problem with the lighting is that the red light from the optical sensor bleeds through a bit and makes the blue look a kind of purple. And talking of the sensor, all I can tell you is that it's an optical one, but there is no information on who actually makes it or anything like that. It's also the same with the switches. They feel pretty good and have a nice satisfying click to them, as I said, but I can't find any information on who makes them. This mouse features a 1000Hz polling rate, pretty standard, max acceleration of 30G and a top speed of 30 IPS, that's inches per second, not in plane switching. The dimensions are 120mm by 80mm by 45mm, that's length, width, height. Its braided cable is 180cm long and comes in red. So I guess they assume you're going to use it at the highest DPI setting then. Nice with the red lights, but not so much with the green or blue. The weight of this mouse is 127 grams. So, what's it like for actually gaming, I hear you say? Well, while I lack the equipment to give you any precise measurements or scientific tests, I can tell you that I've used it to play a pretty wide variety of games, and I think the best thing I can say is I didn't even notice that I was using a budget mouse instead of my normal Cooler Master Storm Inferno one. There was no noticeable stuttering or anything like that. Far Cry 4 was a bit weird at first, but then I found out it was due to Ubisoft having compulsory mouse acceleration, which can only be cured by editing the XML file. This mouse is currently priced at the time of making this video at the beginning of December 2014 at £17.98 on Amazon, and I think eBuyer also have it for the same price. For that price you do without customizable profiles or proper customized lighting, weights, and there is no onboard memory, so you get the minor annoyance of resetting it to the required DPI every time you turn your PC on. But if you can deal with that, what you do get is a very decent, well-made gaming mouse for a budget price. It's difficult to give a definitive conclusion as mice are very subjective to a particular person. All I can say is I originally planned on using this for a few weeks to get a good feel for it, etc. It's about 2 months on and I'm still using it. Okay, so that is all I've got for you today. Leave me a comment if you have anything to say on this mouse. Tell me, what do you think about budget gaming mice? Do you think it's worth paying extra for like a well-known brand, your Corsairs, your Cooler Masters, or would you take a punt at something that's below £20 if it has a lot of good write-ups, as this one does on Amazon? Okay guys, thank you for liking, sharing, watching, subscribing and all that good stuff. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you next time.